Hi, I'm Antonio Centeno, the founder of RealMenRealStyle. Today, I'm going to be answering a number of questions that were posed to me by Electrogent. And he's a blogger who I'm going to link to right down below. But he threw out 18 questions, and I'm going to do my best to answer those here in the next few minutes. So let's jump right into it. Antonio, thanks for getting back to me. Below, I have listed some questions that I think are relevant and I would like for you to answer. Okay, so Antonio, who are you? What do you do? Introduce yourself to somebody who hasn't heard of you or your websites. Okay, well, my name is Antonio Centeno, and I am the founder of RealMenRealStyle. But more importantly, I like to think of myself as a regular guy trying to make a go of it in an industry that has been dominated, I think, by women and by men who just I didn't connect with. So back in 2007, I started the custom clothier, A Tailored Suit, and I learned very quickly that there was a huge hunger for men's style. So since about 2000, what has it been, 11, I started pushing Real Men, Real Style at the very end of that year. 2012 was our big year of putting out content. And 2013, I'm just looking to continue to put out great content for men to learn about style and to learn. You know, I approach style perhaps like many of us approach learning science, or I really want it to be something that is approachable, that's enjoyable. And I do have a bit of a science background. So for me, being able to incorporate studies and stuff that's actually, well, it actually has a solid base versus somebody just telling you that you should wear something because it's fashionable. I would like to believe that we should wear something because it has a positive effect on the person, or it sends the message, because not all of us want a positive effect when we wear something. Sometimes we want to wear a costume on Halloween and we want to actually scare people. But that is actually using what you wear to send a message. And that's the big thing I focus on, is helping men understand that what they wear sends a message. What inspired you to create Real Men, Real Style? Was there ever a point where you said, I need to make a website to make a change? No, there was never a point that I thought I need to make a website to make a change. I do believe, and I feel like I'm the type of person that I grew up believing that we have a responsibility to make a difference. But I started Real Men, Real Style. It was an offshoot of A Tailored Suit. It really was. I had a custom clothier. I wanted to get more traffic to it. And I didn't really just want to pay bloggers who I didn't think, well, there are some great bloggers out there, but I felt that they were really missing things. In addition, a lot of these guys were blogging and they didn't have a background that I had as a custom clothier. And I saw that I was working with men every day to dress better. So why couldn't I take this information and make it more freely available? While I have not personally used A Tailored Suit, I've heard nothing but rave reviews about your company. What sets ATS apart from other custom suiting companies? Well, my custom clothier, A Tailored Suit, what sets it apart is that I focus on wardrobes. So if you want an individual shirt, individual pair of trousers, 2 blazers, I can't help you. I will point you to my competitors. And in fact, that's one thing I'm not afraid to do. I recommend a number of my competitors, not because I really want to see this entire industry grow. But for me, at A Tailored Suit, I approach it more as an art. And in fact, I turn down a lot of people that want to be my customer simply because I don't feel it's a good fit for both of us. And I have time constraints. 2013, you're going to see me working on Real Men, Real Style a lot more. So I'm going to have to pull back over at A Tailored Suit. And I accept that. A Tailored Suit is more of, I do that to keep my skill set up and because I enjoy it. You're not only a prolific blogger, but you also create a lot of YouTube videos. What's the setup for these videos? Okay, so in my studio, the setup is pretty simple. I actually have 2 lights right here. I have another light which we just installed to even add more light. The background is the key I think a lot of people miss on. So we have a white sheet back there, and I've got... I bought some. So here in the Midwest, we have it's called Menards, and it's same as like Home Depot or some of the other big hardware stores out there. And I have hardware lights over on the side. So this is a very inexpensive setup. In addition, I also bought some recent studio lights, which are even throwing a bit more light. But even the studio lights I buy, I don't spend a lot of money on this, guys. So I try to keep things very lean And my studio setup, actually, this is in my house. So we are in the basement of my 100-year-old Victorian house. I found this is a very cozy place. I can wake up early in the morning, get some work done, have a good cup of coffee, and then come downstairs and get started. I have to have that cup of coffee. Otherwise, my eyes are just sealed. But right now it's just after 5 o'clock in the morning. So I shoot these videos very early. Oh, and we've got sound sheets all over the place. Although that I still shoot early because my kids will be up here in the next 2 hours. So these sound sheets, they do a good job of preventing the echo from coming back. But, and right here, I've got a little bit of I've got a microphone. What kind of microphone is that? It's a Sony, I'll have to link to it or something, but it's a little Sony handheld microphone that I paid $70 for. And so we record the sound, I record the video separate, and then we mesh them together, and it works out really well. And I don't have a teleprompter, but I do have a whiteboard right over there, and that whiteboard I can look at. If I lose my space, I can look at and just kind of find it. Although for this video, I'm reading off this sheet. What I like most about your work is your constant flow of new ideas involving men and menswear. What gives you the inspiration to continually think of new topics? Okay, so where do I get all these ideas for videos? Where do I get all these new topic ideas? Actually, from people contacting me. So I put up a number of contact forums and people can reach me various ways, but I get probably 20 to 50 emails every single day via YouTube, via my email, Facebook, Twitter, and people are constantly asking me questions. So I create content based off of the questions that people ask. That's about it. Say you're talking to somebody right out of high school who owns nothing but ripped jeans and a novelty t-shirt. What are the 3 pieces of clothing that he could buy that would provide the biggest bolster to a more manly and mature wardrobe? Well, the answer I usually give is if that's all he has, well, I'm not going to try to, make a huge upgrade, but I do believe, and we follow this a lot, I think every man should have a suit because somebody's going to die, somebody's going to get married, something's going to happen in your life where you need to put your best foot forward, and you're not dressing for yourself, you're dressing for them out of respect. But let's move away from that, the suit and shoes and shirt and tie. I think that I'll count that as one thing. I truly believe that you can wear anything and be stylish. So you need to, what I would tell this gentleman, I'm not going to tell him what to buy. I'm going to say, find somebody that you respect and you admire and look at their clothing and find a way to express yourself visually. So if those torn jeans and those t-shirts, if you feel that really says who you are, then go for it. But I really want you to think about that, because I think so many times we think we're dressing how we need to, but we're actually dressing like lemmings. We're dressing like everyone around us. I was with a good buddy, and he came in from Colorado, and we went to an event here in Waus, about 30 minutes away. And I asked him what he was going to wear, or we were talking. He was making fun of that because he knows I'm in the style industry. And I told him, hey, this is what I'm going to wear. He's like, well, I'm just going to wear, my polo and shorts and sandals. It was running shoes. And I laughed and I said, I bet you that more than 50% of the men we see tonight will be wearing the same exact thing you're wearing. And he laughed at that, but he didn't take my bet. And sure enough, I think it was 7 out of 10 men we saw that night. We counted probably close to 100. So 70 out of the 100 were wearing that exact same uniform. And the other guys were mostly t-shirts and jeans. And it just goes to show, I don't think many of us are truly being ourselves when we say, I'm just going to wear we really are just lazy, and we're wearing what we have available, and we haven't thought about it. Because most of us, I think, have big ambitions. We want to be the best person we can be, especially if you're watching this channel. And I would say, think about that individual. See yourself where you want to be and dress for that man. All right, gents, that concludes part 1 of my interview with Electrogent. If you want part 2, you're going to need to go over to electrogent.com. That's ELECTROGENT.com. RealMenRealStyle.com. And I'm going to have the link right below this video as well, so you could click that. Or if you're watching this on RealMenRealStyle.com, the link is going to be right below the video if you're watching it there as well. So I hope you are interested enough about me that you want to watch the second part and go check out Electrogent. He's got a lot of great, solid content on his blog, and I hope you enjoy it. Maybe stick around and send him a little note and say, hey, Antonio sent me this way and I enjoy what I see. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.